Good afternoon. Um, Apostle Francis is my name, from Kenya, East Africa, from the capital city, Nairobi. And this afternoon, I would like to share on the topic, who is a disciple? We look at the book of Matthew chapter number 4 and verse number 18. The Bible says, "And Jesus, walking by the Sea of Galilee, saw two brothers, Simon called Peter and Andrew his brother, casting a net into the sea, for they were fishermen. And he said to them, 'Follow me, and I will make you fishers of men.' And they immediately left their nets and followed him. And going on from there, he saw two other brothers, James the sons of Zebedee and John his brother, in a boat with Zebedee their father, mending their nets, and he called them. And they immediately left their boats and their father and followed him." These are the first people that Jesus called as his disciples. And we know very well the story of how Jesus started his ministry. So when he called them to follow him. And they were following him so that he may make them to become something else. Simon Peter, Andrew, his brother, and John and James, they were fishermen. Their profession was to fish. They had something that they were doing, and they were very much committed, diligent in their work. So that day, Jesus was just passing by, and these people were mending their nets. Peter and Andrew were mending their nets. John, James, and their father Zebedee, they were mending their nets. Jesus called them and said, "Come, follow me. I will make you." So a disciple is a follower. When they were told, "Come, follow me," they followed Jesus without questioning. And when they followed Jesus, it means they were ready to be whatever he wanted to make them to be, because they were not forced to follow Jesus. They volunteered to follow Jesus. So, if you read in the book of Mark chapter number 3, this is when now he chose 12 of them. The Bible says from verse number 13, "Then he went up into the mountain and called to him those whom he himself wanted, and they came to him. Then he designated 12 so that they should be with him, and that he might send them out to preach and to have power to cast out demons. And he designated the 12, Simon, to whom he gave the name Peter, and James the son of Zebedee, and John the brother of James. To them he gave the name Boanerges, which means the sons of thunder. Andrew and Philip and Bartholomew and Matthew and Thomas and James, the sons of Alphaeus and Thaddeus and Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. Those are the people he selected, he chose by himself, Jesus Christ. And he chose them that they should be with him, and that he might send them out to preach, and how to have power to cast out demons. The assignment for disciple is to preach and have power to cast out demons. So, who is a disciple? A disciple is a learner, is a student. Yeah. A student is always diligent in his learning. A disciple is a follower of a teacher, not following behind, but following in obedience to the instructions that are being given by the teacher. If you go to the school of aviation to learn how to be a pilot, you will be under a teacher or an instructor who will guide you on how to be able to control or to fly the plane. That is the teacher. And you who have gone to be taught, you are a disciple. So the person instructing you is your discipler. You are following his instruction. If you don't follow his instruction, you might not be able to fly the plane. You might fail. So a disciple is a follower of the instructions of the teacher. Excuse. A disciple is a follower of a specific school of thought. He takes a specific school of thought, just as I've given an example of a pilot. If you want to be a pilot, you will go to a specific school of thought on how to fly the planes, while others are taking another school of thought of being doctors. Others are taking another school of thought of being teachers to teach in schools. Others are taking specific school of thought to be midwives or any other profession. So they become disciples who are learning to be more like their instructors, so that they can be able to do what their instructors have been doing. So the origin of this word, disciple, comes from a Greek word, mathetes. Mathetes. So a disciple is someone who enters into apprenticeship with a master to learn their trade, to learn their lifestyle, and to learn their wisdom. Get this point. A disciple is someone who enters into apprenticeship with a master to learn their trade, to learn their lifestyle, and to learn their wisdom. Their trade is what they are doing. So they learn what their teacher is doing, master. They learn the lifestyle, how that master lives his life. And also they learn the wisdom that he has. So you have to enter into apprenticeship as a disciple. Are we together so far? We are going to see part 2. Thank you.